Good morning to everyone and welcome to another update on the market. For today, I decided to cover USD versus Canadian dollar. I will speak about the gold market, crude oil, and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the USD versus Canadian dollar first. Let's start from a daily time frame here. In the bottom right corner, we can see that the market traded like almost 6 days in a row to the downside and had basically a very narrow day yesterday. So the market seems like pretty exhausted. We can see also that slow line started to rise at this stage, and on intraday scale we can see that market is building higher lows this morning, right? We have the potential to revisit the previous day high at 1.3467, and if there is a bigger power for the break of this previous day high, I will not be surprised if the market can go all the way to 1.3520, 530 area. So potential for the upside movement on the USD Canadian dollar. Speaking of the gold market, we had that up breakout, but the breakout happened on the news, and it is caused mainly because of the event that happened yesterday. And that's a very tricky situation when the breakout will happen and will be caused because of the event. So what can happen here is that market already went very extreme, and a market went pretty exhausted at this stage and building more like some mini wedge channeling mode. And if the market can break, let's say if the market can break aggressively this area, maybe the 2020, there is a chance to open a door for some bigger move to the downside, maybe even towards the 1992-1993 area, or at least 2003 area, which is the area of the previous swing highs there. But only if there is a bigger downside move through this rising trend line, and then there is a potential for the bigger downside move. So far, we can see that if you place, for example, a daily time frame, and let me just place the Fibonacci work here to find some level here. We can see also that 61.8 expansion is here, and the next objective based on this one, if there is a bigger upside movement in power, there is a 2150 area. We still didn't test this main key area around from 2020. We have the 2062, 2070 area. So there is a potential also for that, but at this stage, as I said, we have this exhaustion up to the climax, and it's very tricky for the upside continuation for today. And speaking of the crude oil, again, this key resistance is holding well. So we have this area around 82 and 83 mark. Market had a gap and then had one relatively, there was no trend. We have 2 days in a row, but there was no trending environment at this stage. We also have some bear divergences here. So only the market can literally clear 83 area and hold above, then it can open the door for higher prices, maybe even to 90 area, 93 area. So at this stage, it's just to see how the price action will react around this key resistance zone in order to confirm the further direction. And on the Bitcoin versus US dollar, we're still trading inside of this very well-defined trading range, and the area around 28,800 is a key resistance zone from my perspective. And because the market, we can see there is no power for the market to go through. I will not be surprised if the market will go lower towards 27,500 or even 26,720 to rotate back into this range again, because we don't have now power to push through and volume to push through. So that will be all for this update. I hope that you did enjoy. Trade safe as always, and speak to you from tomorrow.